Hey, what's up, everyone? It's T-Bone here, and welcome to episode 4 of the Legends Game of Heroes playthrough. For this episode, I wanted to focus on something short, and that is a tip on how to go through these dungeons and elemental trials without having to spend gems. I might have to do a replay, but the hope is to be able to complete these missions without having to do spending gems. So let's just go right into that. So right now we have the water dungeon and the water trial. So we'll start with the water dungeon, and we will go through go to the heart so that we can collect 4 of these dungeon coins, right? And the team makeup for me is going to be, let's see, I'm going to choose Dogen for the ally, and then this is my Earth team. So in general, for these type of fights, it's actually better to go with a dragon hero because they give you additional health. So if you look at the leader skill for Quetzal, it's 200% HP for all Earth heroes. Now this is generally the same that you want to do for all of these different trials. Health is your friend. Now for the dungeon, it's not so much of a big deal because it's not as tough, but definitely for the elemental trials, you'll want to do that. So let's see here. And in the last episode, I kind of went through some of the relics. What I didn't show is the buckler, so I'm going to show you some of these other things. So a buckler increases your team health by 1.99% at level 1. And this applies in all activities for all heroes, so that means regardless of what type of fights I'm doing, I will gain a little bit of health, which is going to help me a lot in the Elemental Trials. Now, I haven't tried this yet, so I'm going to see what it's like. Let's jump right in right now. So these water dungeons, there's going to be 2 levels, and usually the first level, first stage is going to be 2 enemies. One will be, so they kind of shift. So in this case, it's going to be 3 Steel Sea Sirens, and in this one, they're all water-based, so I'm just going to focus on attacking with my Earth attacks. So let's see here. Unfortunately, they're not set up very well. So what I'll do is I'll just focus on getting as many... Okay, I'll try and get more combos then if that's the case. So we'll start like this. And then I will just set it up so that I can match one green one on its way down. So without the health benefit, these enemies actually attack for quite a bit of damage. So if you're not careful, you could actually lose pretty quickly. So that's why I always recommend adding a dragon as your hero. That gives you additional health bonus. All right, so let's go ahead and match these 2, and we get our green gems. So this should take care of at least one of them, if not 2. Alright, so now what we gotta do is take care of the third one, and we will just go ahead and do this. So then we can get these 2 combo gems ready for the next boss. And I can even match up the water gems, and then, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attach my water gem so I can get a combo out there. Let's see. Yeah, so the way to look at it, the way I usually decide is there's only one enemy that's about to attack in the next turn, so I have time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then you want to make sure your last move helps you by moving the pieces you need into place. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and when you match the combo gems, you can actually match it again, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So you see there's the 2 green gems here. I'm going to go ahead and match this and then match that together and then basically match as many as I can to really drive up the combo count. And this should take care of all the enemies in one shot. So there you go. So the key here is to build as many combos as you can. And as long as you have the health to take care of it, you're really not going to be worried much about this. And then you get 4 dungeon coins, which is good. Every 50 coins now, they've dropped the price. So every 50 coins, you can get one of these catalysts. And right now, I'm waiting for for the Durandal, and I'm waiting for the, forget what it is. If you forget what you can get, you can also take a look here. It'll tell you what which ones are coming for each one. I'm looking for the Night Soul, and I'm looking for the Durandal. Those are what I'm waiting on. All right, so let's go ahead and try the water trials. This one is going to be a lot more difficult, so a lot more strategies are required here. There are 4 stages for each of these trials, and the trick here is um, to not speed through the first stage, and I'll show you what I mean. And for me, I'm not powerful enough to go to the 4th one, Trial of Water, but Trial of Deluge is okay for me. So let's go ahead with that. This will give you 45 coins, and the last one will give you 70 coins. Now let's see. This is also new, the trial ticket, the loot. Finish this mission at 10 attacks or less to master it and enable quick loot. That is new. So that is good to know. I don't have to worry about losing each time I come in. So the goal here is to try and get get 3 stars. All right, so my trick here is I always look for friends that have, the highest health ally that I can find. And this one right here, Quetzal the Vicious, that has been awakened 3 times, is going to be super awesome. Now these if you take a look, if you look at their the ally gives 200% health bonus, and my leader also gives 200% health bonus, and you can see that they basically, and the thing is they actually stack for each other. And so my health right now is 15,000, and I believe that it actually increases because I have the ally that's added. So I might go up to 20 or 30. We'll see. So let's go ahead and start. All right. So in this particular trial, one of the things you really want to do is take your time here so that you can build up all the gauges for all of your heroes. These two enemies, they don't do a lot of damage. What they'll do is they'll block some of your gems, and then they'll set some of your gems on fire, so you have to deal with them. But in general, just focus on building up your gauge and try not to speed through if you can. So this is a little counterintuitive because you really generally want to try and go through the stages as fast as possible. But the next stage, if you don't have your gauges filled up, you'll actually you'll have a really hard time. So in general, don't speed through and focus on matching as many of these the gems that help you as possible. So I'm actually just gonna focus on healing up, and then I will go ahead and do this. So I do also want to make sure that my light and my dark dragons are adding up and they're filling up their gauges. So I am going to match them as well. And you can see I'm really just doing a little bit of attack each time because I'm not in a rush right now. You can see the damage there is very minimal. I have over 40,000 health, so I'm really not worried right now. I just want to make sure that I am matching the gems that I need, and also if I can, I try to build up as many of the combo gems as possible as well, like this whenever possible. And then if I can't match a green gem in the first go round, I'll just kind of set myself up for the next turn, right? Okay. Do this. If I can get if I can get 4 or more of these combo gems, then I also like to just kind of take my time and really sort of get them close to each other. And so in this case, what I'm going to do is set up the fire one, get the water going, and then move the dark one over. Alright, so I still can't match anything just yet. And my only option right now is to match the dark, and that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And so the crab is about to die, but I still have the zombie left over, so I have some more time to build up my gauge. All right. Let's go with. So the only thing is this is a little slow if you go with this approach, but there's no timer and I'm not really in a rush to rush through this. So, it's generally okay. If you follow this strategy, you'll find that you'll have a much easier time going through these trials and collecting the coins that you need without having to spend a lot of gems. Really, like for me as a free to play player, if I can save gems, I will try as much as I can to do so. All right. So now I got a lot of greens I can go after. So I'm going to just match them. All right. Now the only one that's remaining is my light, and so let's start doing something about it. Okay. So now that I have it pretty much all filled up, I'm gonna start going through. I'm gonna try and beat this as quickly as I can. Of course, now there's not enough greens for me to match, so I can't really speed through it either. But that's the name of the game here is patience. All right, so let's, and then don't forget to match your health as much as possible too. Like you really want to enter your next stages with as high a health as possible. So whenever you can, just make sure you get your match your hearts. And for me, I brought in the my Yordra and my Bloodwing as my support units because it gives me the ability to deal some damage in the cases where I don't get any green gems like this. I haven't been seeing many gems to match at all, so I'm having a little bit of difficulty here finishing quickly. Um, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, after this one, we should be good. And we also get some combo gems next to each other. Awesome. So now the next stage, on stage 2, this is one where you want to use your gauge because this is what the breakdown looks like. The guy on the right, he attacks you a little bit, but he does this thing called Earth Petrify, which basically every single turn they'll convert the green gems into hearts, and then the Cyclops guy on the left casts Judgment, so that whenever you match hearts, you get damaged, and this guy hits like a ton of bricks. So the first thing I do is I go ahead and I use up my gauge to damage them as much as possible, and this allows me to now focus on damaging the last guy with as much attack as possible and hopefully move on to the next stage without taking any damage and having to worry about healing. All right, so I was able to get through the second stage really quickly because I saved up the gauge and I saved up and I matched those combos again. Now, in the third one, similar idea. You want to try and fill up gauge as much as possible because the last boss will attack for a lot, and you really don't want to be caught without anything to protect you with in terms of damage. So this is the one where instead of just blocking, they also set the gems on fire. So you do want to make sure you take care of that because when they blow up, you get a little bit of damage. It's not a ton, but it adds up. All right. And so that in this stage, I can fill up the gauge a little bit faster. Okay, without killing them too fast. That's the one thing I'm worried about. So I'm just going to focus on trying to heal up a little bit, actually, instead of dealing too much damage. Okay, I'm going to do that. All right. So at least, I have 3 turns to take care of these gems as well, so I don't have to be in too much of a rush. I can just kind of take my time and set it up so that I can actually try and get some Um, hmm. I was hoping to get a. Actually, I could do that. So what I'll do is I'm going to match this way, and then just move my guy here, so I can move him closer to the combo gem, and potentially save it up for the next round. We'll see. We'll see if I can manage to do that. Might not be possible for me, but we'll see. All right. One more turn, and I'll be able to get a gem there. So I'm going to just go ahead and heal up. Get a little bit of dark damage in there. Alright, get the gem in here. Cool. Alright, I'm almost there. That's the annoying thing, is that sometimes they'll block the one gem that I need to get the damage, but that's okay. I'll just move it this way. Alright. Okay, so now that I'm good to go, I'm just going to start attacking as much as I can, and in a couple of shots more I should be good to go. Alright. One more. One more. Okay. Ah, this is a little annoying. Have to be patient here. Just wait for one more turn. There you go. So I'll just go ahead and do this in dark, and I'll move my red over. Unfortunately, I used up the other red combo one that I was hoping to save. Oh, it's okay. So now the last boss, she has over 300 health, and I think she has thorns. That's what she casts, and they typically, you know, attack immediately after one turn. So that's why it's important to save up your gauge for the last boss. So you can take this. I can take down more than half of health at this point, and then combine that with ability to match the combo gems. This really increases my attack, such that I might be able to just take her down in this attack. And if not, what's nice is Kezzo, Yordra, and Bloodwing, they all have these attacks that go over multiple turns. So right now I don't have to do anything, and I just know that she's going to die, because before I even attack, they're going to attack, using their battle skills. And there you go. So I actually was able to go through this third stage, third level, without even doing a replay. And I imagine I might be able to go through the fourth level using the strategy, but we'll see what happens there. So that's that for this video. Hopefully this helps you out with your quest to get more dungeon coins. And take care. I'll see you next time.